What's up, guys? I'm here on the road in Richmond for a basketball game, but I just got done checking out that episode of The Mandalorian, and I gotta say, this is probably my favorite episode. Just I was been thinking about in the last video you guys saw, like, was he gonna give up this bounty? And it turns out, man, like he he did what he had to do, as all bounty hunters would. The gold was just too much. The treasure there, too much for him to pass up on. For his people, for himself. Like I said in the last video, that was his main objective, was getting that steal. So I knew he was going to get it somehow or another, and he turned in the child. And as we see, really these last two episodes really established those two characters in a way where, the Mandalorian, he's like, man, I don't know what they're doing to him. He's special. He's a child. Like, I don't trust the Empire anyway. So it just was an easy decision for him after he thought about it. And he goes in there, and I was worried for him. I mean, they really did a good job of making it seem, suspenseful. There are a few stormtrooper moments in there with their aim and stuff, but really, like, it really felt like, man, how's he gonna get out of this, figure this out, and just what's about to happen here? Like, is it all gonna be good? Like, there's so many different ways things could happen. I knew at a certain point it seemed like he was just down and out, and he's jumps in the car, figures out something for himself. I mean, had all his gadgets. I mean, it was great like that. It honestly felt like a modern action show. Some of you movie heads out there would know a lot better than I would, but like the whole process of him going and getting Baby Yoda, escaping, and all the shooting and the action there, it seemed like I don't want to say modern, maybe that's not the word, but not what you see in Star Wars, I guess the best way to put it. But hey, it was good stuff. I loved it. Awesome episode. But next, I just kind of wanted to talk about the Mandalorians, though. I think that was maybe my favorite part, just their dynamic of this episode, in the middle of the episode and then at the very end. Just seeing that, he brings in all that steel for everybody. But there's a hater. There's a hating Mandalorian that comes up talking about, man, that's from the Empire, you can't be taking that, man. Just mad, But, and they have like a little scrap, and then the leader there is like, hey, like, we gonna say this for everybody. This is good for everybody, and we are not in the position now. Beggars can't be choosers. Like, we got to bring this in. And again, I need to go back and rewatch the Clone Wars to remember exactly what happened. But like, I know enough to know that with the Empire, the Empire coming was the end of the Mandalorian, and the Mandalorian had wars with the Jedi, and all kind of stuff that goes back way before any movie that we even saw. So great stuff. Seeing them come in and show their the love for their tribe, or their culture, whatever you want to call it. The Mandalorians to come in and save our hero at the very end there with their jetpacks. I mean, that was awesome, man. Like, I did not expect to see that. It was great things. And just hearing him say, like, I need to get me one. I'm like, yeah, that's right. You need to get you one, because we're ready to see that. So I kind of just want to talk about some of the character moments that were built up through this episode. I mentioned the one with the Mandalorian where at the beginning we see the conflict between the two, but it was really a moment to show, like, no, like, we've had our struggles lately, but we are in this together. This is the way was the thing, and I love that. This is the way. That was their tribe or cultural little line, like, focus them in, like, hey, we're in this together. And at the end there, you see that come full circle when they saved him. But even just the Baby Yoda, I think more so in the other episodes, we just see why the Mando, would feel a certain way about the child and not want him to be harmed. First off, he's seen that everybody's trying to kill this kid. Like, every time he has him, people are going after him. He's like, man, like, what's going on? Like, he saved me. Why is everybody trying to kill him? Like, I could see where his confliction came with all that. And then he saved his life. And he gave him to the Empire, people that he did not trust. He's like, why are these people even here? Like, they're the Empire. They're no more. Why are they here? And questions now we have to ask is, again, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with names. The black guy, I think it's Gathers, Carl Gathers, maybe is his name. Maybe that's the actor's name. I don't know. But anyway, you see that maybe he has some affiliation because he's very protective of the asset too, the Baby Yoda. So what's that about? I was hoping we got more from the Doctor. Obviously, we are not the Mandalorian. He's not about to be questioning the Doctor, like, hey, who are you? What are you gonna do? Like, all this stuff. Like we as the audience wanted to know, like, hey, like, who are you working for? So yeah, he just kind of he gets it from the Doctor and he's out of there. That all makes sense. But I think at some point we'll probably see, what they were gonna do with him. But again, now we've seen he's got his steel, and he gave the bounty up, but then he went back after it. So where's this thing going now? You know, now the Mandalorians are kind of on his side. I don't know if we'll see their numbers grow, but we may see them just grow in power just over the series, and just in confidence, and you know where they stand in the galaxy, or wherever they're at in the galaxy. I can definitely see that happening, and that'd be dope. I mean, like the Mandalorian, seeing that stuff, like live action, was pretty dope. The battle droid, we got to see more of the scene where the Mandalorian was a child. You know, something happened where his parents kind of put him underneath the bunker, similar to what Gene Erso's parents did in Rogue One. Very similar to that. And we don't know what happens after that, but we know that they try to preserve him. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Again, I'm here in Richmond, a little different circumstances at the hotel. Just kind of wanted to get this in for you guys. So appreciate you watching it. Please like this video and subscribe as I bring another episode for the Mandalorian and a bunch of other Star Wars stuff, man. Again, this was an awesome episode for me. I loved it. And again, yeah, just like the video. All right.